Hey everyone, it's Michael from CloudUp again. Yes, it's still me. I just got a haircut, so it's not somebody different. Um, Back to the drop. I found some really interesting information about productivity and execution, and what might be some of the barriers keeping some of us from being our most productive selves. So the Harvard Business Review recently completed a study where they found that the number of people who say they can't concentrate at their desk has risen 16% since 2008. Similarly, people who can't seem to find quiet places to accomplish like good focused work is also up 13%. So what does this mean? It comes to mind, there might be several culprits to this. One just coming to the top of my mind might be like the open office spaces, right? Where we're all kind of like in an open area working together. It's really easy to tap somebody on the shoulder or kind of zone in with so much going on. There's good and bad to both. But so I think what I've found the most interesting about this is Harvard actually says this has kind of shifted back and forth over the past couple of decades. So what's probably important is learning to figure out ways, identifying, environments and situations where employees either feel like they are able to focus and be productive or not, and then making adjustments to that, right? As we continue to move to a more remote-driven workforce, greater emphasis needs to be put on, just making sure that employees kind of have this mix of they have a quiet area ready to focus, which is probably pretty easy to find at home for a lot of people. But also what the balance is of, having employee-to-employee interaction, building those kind of relationships that, we need as humans. So we have a couple of ideas to consider here that, if you've got an office space with an employees there, and particularly if it's an open office space, try and put an effort in finding places where people can come out of that to focus and get really concentrated work done. If you've got a lot of remote employees, you got to keep them in mind as well, and they might be able to use some more interactions with other folks that they don't typically get to because they can't, it's harder to just see how somebody's weekend is going if you're the only one and where you're at. So read up on that study. It's fascinating. In the spirit of productivity, our team went through and identified 9 productivity apps that we feel like will help you get more work done in less time. There's certainly no need to do all of them. I don't have all of them, but I have a couple. And I think there's probably an additional one that might meet a need that you're dealing with to help you work a little more efficiently. So check out that list. And then finally, for our Cloud Apps tip, this go around, we're focusing on the blur tool. So the blur tool is this little pixelating tool right here, right? And the idea behind it is sometimes as we're shooting information back and forth, particularly in emails or depending on our interest, there's sensitivity to some of the content that we have to share, and we'd like to hide that, but we still want to share it visually because we know how fast that can be. So the pixelating tool allows us to, if there's a line that we don't want to see, then we can just blur that out. Save it, and that becomes a drop that we can share with friends and coworkers. So we hope that's useful. We encourage you to use it. Let us know what it's like, and we'll see you around next time. Thanks.